All right, here we are. I want to offer you something today, and it's going to be short. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really low effort. And I love that for all of us because sometimes when you're stuck in a pattern, sometimes when you're feeling off, when you're in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, you need something to crack the code. And so let's do that together. I am setting up the page right now so that I can see everybody. If you're out there and ready to give me a little wave, go ahead and do that. This is a gentle practice. This is a opportunity to crack the code, so to speak. Okay, and I want to say a couple things before we begin. Hi there, nice to have you, Teresa. Here's the thing. There's a lot happening in the world right now. It's really difficult to discern what's real from what's unreal, to have a feeling of safety. It's a dumpster fire, like, let's be honest. And so, and if you're feeling sad or angry or disappointed or whatever you're feeling, please know that that's natural response to chaos. That is a natural response to chaos. So regulating your nervous system doesn't mean that you're eternally calm. Okay. I think it's really important to, hi, Safia. I think it's really important to make that distinction, right? Because sometimes in the world of spirituality, it looks like, oh, all I have to do is like maintain this air of calm, and that's what I'm striving towards. But it's hard out there. And so I really don't want you to feel like, okay, the place that I'm navigating towards is calm all the time. It isn't. It's actually holding how you feel, respecting it, honoring it, and doing some things so that it doesn't stay in your body and become part of your ongoing stress. Okay. So I think that's a really important distinction that I feel like it's important to make in this time and era that we're living through, in your own personal life, in the world that's happening around us. And when you get that regulation is not about removing how you feel, but rather honoring how you feel, right? Your body and your mind and your emotions are designed to take on sadness and anger. Where we get dysregulated is when we fight that, quite honestly. Okay, so let's step in a little bit. Let's come with where we are. Let's come with who we are and have a practice today. Very simple, all done seated. You don't need to change. You don't need to do anything. You can sit on the couch, you can sit on a chair. I'm going to be sitting on a chair, and we're going to do a series of mudras, essentially. Okay. And it'll take about 9 minutes, and we'll talk a little bit. I'm talking right now, and then we'll talk a little bit about it at the end. And remember that you can always dive deeper with Harmony Within. It's a group mentoring program. We do live classes and this kind of conversation, and then Kundalini Yoga training where you can really take a longer term deep dive, a commitment into your healing journey, your evolving journey, your awakening journey. Okay. Let's begin now. So find a comfortable spot. And maybe you want to have some water next to you. Maybe you want to even have a journal next to you so that you can record whatever comes up at the end. All right, so take a few moments now to get cozy and comfortable. I'm delighted that you're here. Thank you for joining me today. And let's do that, right? Let's do a 3 sighs to relax the navel center, because oftentimes when we're holding stress, we're tensing internally. All right, so take a deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. And one more time, inhale and exhale. Great. I hope that allowed your shoulders to drop a little bit, allowed your navel center to relax. And now we can step into a little bit more breath work. We'll do some breath work. We'll do a tuning in process using mantra. a few warm-up exercises, and then we'll move into the practice itself. And then a short little meditation. And then I'll stay on for a little while to take your questions, let you know what else is going on in the universe of YogaVision, and to make sure that we connect as a community. Okay. So again, if you are joining in and you are able to stay, amazing. Otherwise, this video will be up for 24 hours, and you can always come back to it. And let's begin now. Okay. So the breathing technique that we're going to use today is called box breath. It is a inhale, hold, exhale, hold. Very simple, very straightforward, but a really great way to dial everything down and to start to really feel yourself. Right? Okay. So what we want to do, and you can take your finger and join me just so that you have a visual. If you have kids in your life, this is a really good breathing practice because it can be visual. Seniors really work well, or if you find yourself in a place of really good for you as well, okay? So we inhale for 4, inhale 2 through the nose, inhale 2, 3, 4, hold 2, 3, 4, exhale mouth. And then hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. All right, so inhale nose. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale mouth. And then hold the breath out. 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Inhaling. Hold. Exhale mouth. Hold. Great. I'm going to release my finger here. And for the next 2 minutes, let's continue that breathing practice of inhaling through the nose. Hold for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale through the mouth for 4. And then hold for 4. So this is a low effort type of practice today. If you're feeling like you've lost a sense of groundedness or a feeling of safety, or you're feeling a sense of overwhelm, here is a really good practice, and we're stepping in now. As you breathe now, know that you're taking in prana, energy, and you're also releasing. And in the hold, in the retention, is where you get to consolidate. And so you might be feeling a little more on offer right now. Okay, we're not judging anything that's happening right now. We are building awareness. When you're feeling stuck or tense, that's a signal from your body that you're carrying more than you can process right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. When you're in freeze mode, that's a feeling of shutdown or numbness, almost like you're a third party witnessing everything, not actually in it, but kind of like away from it. When you're in fight mode, that shows up as irritation or like, just looking to pick a fight with someone, or like everything's kind of getting on your nerves. Flight shows up as restlessness or worry, and fawning shows up as overgiving or trying to please, usually at your own cost. So if someone's being an asshole, instead of like stepping back, you kind of step in more to kind of diffuse what they're doing. And it can be long term of that can be very detrimental. Okay, so make this your last round. Inhaling through the nose, holding the breath for 4, exhaling, and then holding the breath out. Good. And then slowly, gently step away from this breath and come back to your normal breathing pattern. And you may notice that something might have shifted. You may have noticed that something feels a little different. Maybe, maybe not. That's okay too. Let's tune in now. So pressing the palms together at the center of your chest. And this breathing practice, this mantra tuning in practice comes from the sacred language of Gurmukhi. Hear the sound first. Ong. So please repeat. Ong, O-N-G. Namo. Gurudev. Namo. Okay, comfortable with these sounds. And then let's put it all together and we're going to chant 3 times. This is a way of sending a signal out into the universe and bringing it back. Okay, so closing your eyes, sitting up tall and straight, take a deep inhale. And through the nose, exhale. Inhale very deeply. Exhale. Inhale and let's tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. 2 more. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Last one. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale very deeply. Hold the breath. Set your intention. And exhale. Taking a moment to feel through the vibration. Taking a moment to settle into your practice. And thank you for being here. It's so incredibly vital that we come together in times of challenge rather than step away or isolate. Sometimes counterintuitive, but here we are, all together in this particular moment in time. Let's begin with a series of warm-up movements to create some energetics movement in the body, flow that energy a little bit differently. So keeping your hands on your thighs. I'm sitting in a chair. You're welcome to do the same, or sitting on your mat cross-legged. Inhale and bring the shoulders all the way up and back and down. Inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you go down. So here you can close your eyes and mentally chant Sat as you bring your shoulders up. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. Sat Nam. And the chanting of Sat Nam is an opportunity to really focus the mind. So if you find that when you close your eyes and start to move, your brain goes everywhere and that bothers you, or it's distracting from the practice for you, then you can use a mantra to glue everything in place. The mantra Satnam is truth is my name, truth is there is only one. And this reminder that we are all connected is such an important way to remember our vastness. You know, that whatever trouble is happening in our lives, personal lives, that there's something bigger that we can reach out to, that we can connect to. Inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you go down. Good. Now we're going to take that same movement and change the direction. So inhaling as you come up and exhaling, rolling forward. Thank you for all the hearts. If you're out there and you want to drop a comment, let me know where you're coming in from, just so that I know you're out there. Inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Thank you, Angie. Good. Sat as you come up, Nam as you release. Good. Last two. And last one. Good. And relax. Great. Close your eyes now and just feel that change of movement and what it offered you. Let's do a couple more warm-ups and then we'll start the Kriya. Teeny tiny little Kriya today. Very simple, very straightforward. You can do it in the bed. You can do it from your chair. All's good. You can do it in your car. All right, so we did one movement. Now let's do another one, a little bit more here to work with the spine. Inhale as you twist to the left and exhale as you twist to the right. Inhaling, twisting to the left, exhaling as you twist to the right. Keeping your eyes closed, you can bring back that mantra Sat as you turn one direction, Nam as you turn in the opposite direction. Keeping yourself steady, keeping your mind alert. And feel free to pick up the pace or slow it down. Last two. Last one. Good, amazing. Inhale to center and exhale. Good. Take your two fingers and we're going to start tapping here in the center of the chest, the middle of your chest. And here we're doing something called thymus tapping. And this is to bring the all of the micro organs of the body, the glands, doing our best to give a little vibration and to wake up that particular area. So if you found that you're in a place of challenge and struggling to sleep or struggling to eat or struggling to just feel yourself, then here's a really good way, very simple, very straightforward. So tap, tap, tap. So there's a little bit of power behind this movement. It's not gentle, it's not harsh, but it's also not gentle. We are using vibration, the vibration of striking, in order to, hey, tell that little organ, the thymus, it's okay to come back online. Letting go in 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. You might have felt a shift now. And let's begin our practice. And so here the practice, as I mentioned before, is simply movement and breath. And the movement is coming from our arms and our different hand positions. That's it, that's all. So if you find that, oh my God, I can't get to the mat, I'm feeling really stuck and I don't even want to move, this is a really good way to crack that code a little bit. So here we're going to take the left hand and just place it gently onto your thigh. And with your right hand, bring it to center. And now I'm going to hinge at the elbow and at the shoulder and drop the hand towards the navel center and then bring it back up past the nose. Okay, so inhaling as you come down, exhaling as you go down, go up. So you can see here that there's no bend in the wrist. It's an inhale up and exhale down. And that's all we're doing here. Close your eyes and see if you can gaze at your chin. So here where the chin center, when we gaze at the chin center, it is to ground and center. So it's different from focusing in between the eyebrows. Here we want to bring in a sense of groundedness, a sense of being centered. Inhaling, exhaling as you come up and down. In about 30 seconds, we're going to change the left hand position. Good. Last 2 seconds. Hold your hand, just pause here for a second, and with your left hand, bring it into a very tight fist. Same position, down on your lap, but squeeze tightly now. And then continue. We're here for two more minutes. We're going to practice together, do a short little meditation, and then I'll stay on for some questions. Your eyes are closed, focus is at the chin. And if you need a little bit more support in keeping your mind focused, you can use that mantra Sat as you move your arms. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam. Remember that your arm is absolutely straight. There's no bend in the wrist. Last 30 seconds. So what we're doing here is adjusting the heart space. So if you've been through a time of challenge, you're witnessing the world right now and it feels challenging, we just want to connect to our heart space because that feeling that you're having is absolutely normal. Feeling is normal, it's necessary, it's needed. And so we want to respect the feelings that are coming from your heart space and give it a pathway, give the energy a pathway to move. Last few seconds. 3, 2, 1. Inhale very deeply, bring your arm steady. Hold the breath, give a little squeeze, root lock, squeeze anus, sex organs, navel center. Feel the energy rising. And exhale. And relax. Releasing your hand down. Close your eyes and stay here for just a moment. Relax your shoulders. Stay deep in your practice. Beautiful. You might have just experienced a flow state. Next position. So here, I'm going to take the left palm facing down, right palm facing up. Very gentle movement now, rhythmic movement. And that is to bring the arms, or sorry, the hands up and down, as if you were bouncing an imaginary ball. Let's imagine two balls of energy that you're playing with. With the right hand, working with the heavenly elements, and with the left hand facing downwards, the earthly elements. So think about this as bringing balance, the idea of the finite and the infinite, of the as above, so below, these kind of ideas. A merger, an integration between our higher self and our regular self. Maybe this is a merger for you between what's happening in your external world and your internal world. Okay, we're here for a little bit of time, so settle back and move. Now you're seeing my pace. You can alter that to move faster or slower. Right palm is up, left palm is down. Eyes are closed, focus at the chin. Breathe normally. This is one of my personal favorite kriyas. When I feel a sense of overwhelm, when I feel a sense of, yeah, life is lifing, this is my go-to. It's soft, it's gentle, but it really does do the trick of repatterning. Okay, so you can see all the movements that we've done so far have been using a rhythm. In that rhythm, we're using to override maybe the freneticness of your thoughts, our thoughts, or maybe the stuck place of our thoughts, and just offering a different pattern. Two more minutes. Keep the rhythm steady. Keep your gaze focused on your chin. Almost there. Coming to completion in 3, 2, and 1. Inhale very deeply, hold your palms up. Let the energy move. Inhale deeply, squeeze root lock. Squeeze, send the energy upwards. And exhale, release. Release the lock. And now we're going to move to the next part. So bringing your left hand over the center of your chest and the right palm on top. Bring your right ear to your right shoulder, best you can, and then exhaling to the opposite side. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. Now, this is meant to adjust the neck so that energy can flow from the base of your spine all the way upwards. And you might hear a little cricking, a little cracking, a little bit of, you may feel a little like, ooh, what just happened there? And if that happened, please know that the Kriya is doing what it's supposed to do to help you come into alignment physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Okay, so we're not forcing anything here. We're not trying to make the ear touch the shoulder. We're going to our own place where a body says, okay, that's good. Moving from side to side. I don't think I've seen anybody actually touch the ear to the shoulder. That's an angle that we can't actually get to. It's a 90, that's a 90-degree angle. Let's see what happens if you move your chin out just a little bit. Keep your awareness of your hands over your heart space. Remember, we did some thymus tapping there. Last 2. Last 1. Inhale deeply, come to center. And relax. Good. Here is the final part of the Kriya. You take your hands and face them towards each other, tucking the fingers together, thumbs to your palm. And then if you have any limitation in your shoulder, you can keep your hands right here. Feel the energy between your hands. If you have a little bit more, you can extend your arms above your head. Make sure your palms are facing each other, and then stretch up, reach up, and tense all your muscles at the same time. I'm going to continue to breathe, but here you're holding steady. Tensing all your body parts, feeling an active stretch towards the sky above you, breathing and holding still. Last few seconds. Keep holding. Do your best. Inhale deeply. Squeeze all your muscles one more time. And exhale completely. Relax your body, relax your arms gently, gracefully, all the way down. Bring your hands to your thighs, sit quietly. Take a moment now. Inhale deeply and release. Just sit for a moment. Okay, so the Kriya is now complete. Let's do a short meditation. This is called the meditation for focus and for sweetness. I'm going to leave my hand right here, but for your purposes, you can certainly relax your hand all the way down to your leg, okay? I'm just leaving it here so that you can see what I'm doing. This is my left hand. So on your left hand and the four fingers of your right hand, feel for the pulse in your left wrist. And we want to go on the thumb side. And if you're medically trained to do a pulse, this is not a medical, this is not the medical version. This is a mudra. Okay, so you're feeling for the pulse in your left wrist and then lying your wrist all the way down to the ground. Oh, sorry, down to your thigh. Relax your hand down to your thigh so that you can sit comfortably. And then feeling for your pulse. And I promise you have one. If you're listening to this, you definitely have a pulse. It may be a little faint. So as soon as you find it, even if it's a little bit faint, to the beat of your own heart, bring the mantra Sat Nam. So this is what mine sounds like. Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam, Sat Nam. So all we want to do here is keep that mantra moving in our mind to the beat of our own heart. Close your eyes and really get cozy into it. If you're just joining us now, left wrist, feeling for the pulse in your left wrist with the four fingers of your right hand, closing your eyes, and then using the mantra Satnam to the beat of your own heart. One more minute here. Inhale very deeply and exhale completely and relax. Sit for a moment now. Take in the journey that you had, that we had together. And then let's complete our practice and talk about this a little bit. I'd love to hear your comments. And then we'll conclude. Pressing your palms together at the center of your chest. Sitting up tall and straight. Spine of steel, heart of gold. Take a deep inhale. Exhale completely. Inhale. Sat. Nam. Two more. Sat. Nam. Sat. Nam. Amazing. Please ground yourself, bring your forehead and your palms to the ground, closing off the energy of today's practice. Stay on, we've got a few more minutes together. Satnam means truth is my name. An even fuller, richer way of thinking about it is truth is there is only one. And that means you and I and all of us are connected. We're here at this particular time in history because we needed to be here, and that we can feel for each other and with each other. So now, this is by far one of my most favorite kriyas, and very simple, very easy to do in the morning, very easy to do before bed. It's not highly activating, it's very grounding. So it's a good way to bookend the day. So I'd love to hear your comments and feedback. If you use the chat and let me know how your experience went, I'd love to hear that. And if you're looking for more just like this, then think about joining Harmony Within. It is group mentoring. We meet every week on Wednesdays at 12 o'clock Eastern. We talk about really powerful topics. We talk about friendship. We talk about relationships. We talk about conscious communication, boundaries, how to set boundaries, how to navigate life. And there's a lot of life experience there. So you get to hear things that are affirming, get to hear different perspectives on some interesting topics. And so I highly recommend, and then you have a few full library of practices that can take you over the course of a year to move through challenging things like grief, like anger, like how to establish your bedtime routines, how to do a morning practice, what morning practice to do, all of those things. And then once a month, we gather for a live practice along with a mentoring circle there as well. So lots of different ways to interact and to come closer to the teachings, because I get it. Over here on YouTube, the choices are vast and a little bit overwhelming, I would say even. And I take responsibility for that. There's a lot of content here. And so when it's a little bit more guided, when a little bit more directed, then there's less guesswork for you to do and a path to follow. And that's what I wanted to create for all of you is here's the path. Now, the secondary piece of that, I'd say the older sister to that is Kundalini Yoga training, which is 12 months of accountability, structure, mentorship. Because when you get really serious about this practice of Kundalini Yoga, you can see it's very deep, it's very vast, and there's literally hundreds of different ways to approach the practice, to make it your own, to find a voice inside of that, and then to come together in community in order to build that skill set of leadership, of having impact in the world, and to hone in your natural gifts. And that's what teaching does. So whether you really want to become a Kundalini Yoga teacher or to become a leader and a teacher in your life, so many of us are called now to bringing consciousness forward, that this is such a safe path and a very revolutionary path. So I want to invite you into that. All the links are below, and a really great way to learn more, be in a state of learning, and to give yourself that grace for a year to be focused on one particular topic so that you're not tempted by every single rabbit hole out there. In a couple of days' time, I'm going to be starting a numerology series, and you can join me for that on Instagram at YogaVision. And then I have some new merch, and I'm going to be posting about that here as well. So if you wanted a sweatshirt with Spine of Steel, Heart of Gold, I got you. All right, so let's take a look at the comments now. Yes, Safia, yeah, of course. This is such a beautiful little practice. One of my favorites. It is a great way to interrupt a pattern. So if you notice that you've been in a certain state of mind or a certain frame for a little bit longer than it needs to be there, maybe you're ruminating, maybe you're kicking up an old pattern, maybe something in your life is triggering you. This is such a great way to undo that and to give yourself a little bit more wiggle room. Okay, so this situation is making me respond like this. What can I do differently? And you don't even have to think about it. Here, if you had the chance to really hone in with your breath and with the movements, the answer will come. And that's what I call flow state. So when people talk about Kundalini rising, this is what Kundalini is. It's the consciousness and awareness that is already residing within you. We're using Kundalini Yoga to tap into it, to unleash it, to unstuck it, so that you are listening to the natural awareness inside of you. Now, this is different from feeling fear and taking an action. This is different from reacting. This is different from your ego saying, do it like this. When it is anxiety or fear, it'll be a question mark. Should I leave? Should I stay? Should I say something? Should I not? That's your fear talking. When it comes from a place of intuition, it feels like a statement, and not even a bold statement. It can be very simply like, you got to tell the truth now. And that's what I want you to feel for yourself. I can't tell you what to do. Nobody can tell you what to do. And no amount of tarot card readings, oracle card readings, no amount of divination will give you the exact answer. It has to come from here. And not only does the answer come from here, but the ability and stability to accept the consequences of taking those actions also has to come from here. That's your nervous system, okay? All of this is your nervous system. Your ability to connect with the divine is the steadiness inside of you. Your ability to discern what the next step is your nervous system becoming more stabilized, overriding old patterns, and coming into a place of intuitive flow. So I hope today was really helpful for you. That's my offer to you. We're heading into the holidays now. So come back to this practice and notice what happens. The best thing to do is to start a 40-day practice. On any Kriya in Kundalini Yoga, any practice of 40 days will take you to a very new understanding of yourself. And what a powerful way to be. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Until we meet again. Links are in the bio.